Hello everyone! So this is a Pilates class and we are going to focus on the glutes and the core. So the only thing you need is your mat and some music and you're good to go. So we're going to start in a lunge position with the right leg to the front. So right leg is in 90 degree angle and we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. Coming into a lunge position. And you want to tuck your tailbone under so your core is activated. You're going to reach forward, tap the hands down, reach forward again, and then coming all the way up. And this is what you are going to do for 1 minute. So each exercise in this class is 1 minute. And you want to make sure here that your right leg is in 90 degree angle and that your left leg, your back leg, is completely straight. So try to lift your left heel up and really straighten that leg. We are working the right glute here. So really press your heel down. So tap down, reach forward, come all the way up. Just make sure that your tailbone is tucked under. From here, you're going to push yourself into a downward facing dog with the right leg kicking up to the sky. So kick it up and then halfway down. Lift it up and then halfway down. Pressing the hands down and spread your fingers. That's going to help you. And try also to push your shoulders away from the ears. And we go for 3, 2, and 1. Placing the left leg down, coming into all fours. Make sure your spine here is straight. So tuck the tailbone under and we're going to keep lifting that leg up and down. Just this time in a tabletop position. And what I usually say here is that pretend you're like a table. So pretend you have a glass of wine on your lower back and you want to focus on that wine glass and it should not be falling down. It should keep still on your lower back. So you really have to activate your core. And don't worry about how high you lift that leg. As long as you activate your glutes, that's all that matters. And you go for 3, for 2, and 1. And from here, just tilt your hips over to the side. Keep your right leg lifted. And then keep lifting up and down. You want to flex your foot here. So halfway down and lift it up. And make sure that your core is activated. So halfway down and then come up. You want to slowly on the way up, slowly on the way down. And your hands should be directly underneath your shoulder. And just make sure that both hips are facing to the side. They should not be facing down. And from here, we have 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Keep that leg lifted here, and you want to straighten your leg. Point your toes this time, and just make a circle with that leg. So pretend you're painting a small circle with your toes. Again, the only thing that's moving is your leg. You want to keep that leg straight and as high as your hips, if you can, or that's what you're aiming for. And right now it should burn. If you feel the burn, then you know you're doing a good job. And then you just want to make a circle in the opposite direction. I know it's burning, but keep going. We're almost there for 3, 2, 1. Good job. Just keep that leg lifted, but place your hips down and then straighten the leg forward, bend it, and then kick it back. So all the way forward and then kick it back. Good. You can choose here whether you want to have your hands down on the floor or if you want to have them lifted. So all the way forward and then kick your knee back. So we're working the side glutes here, the glute medius and minimus. And just make sure you have a good song on, because now I know it's starting to burn and you need a good song to get you through it. Okay, from here you want your knee lifted, so keep it lifted and just pulse up and down, up and down. Okay, 2 and 1, good job. Just sit back and then we are going straight over to the opposite side. So now you know what's coming. So the left leg is all the way to the front, 90 degrees. And then you want your arms all the way up and then reach forward. And then tap your hands down, reach forward again, and then come all the way up. Again, tilt your tailbone under, so I don't want to see an arched back. And again, make sure your back leg, your right leg, is completely straight. And from here, you want to kick the left leg all the way back into a one-legged downward facing dog. And you want to take the left leg all the way up and then halfway down. Lift it up, halfway down. So even though the focus is on the glutes here, you will probably also feel it in your shoulders a little bit, especially if you're not used to doing downward facing dog. But try to really spread your fingers and push your shoulders away from the ear. So all the way up, halfway down, and try to keep your legs straight. And don't worry so much about how high you kick. Again, it's about that activation. Coming into all fours and really tuck the tailbone under. Find that straight spine and then lift your left leg halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Again, if you keep arching your back, then you can lift a lot higher, but again, that's not the focus here. We want to focus on the glutes. So make sure your spine is straight. So focus on the technique here. Focus on your glutes. What part of the body is helping you make that movement? It should be the glutes, the glute maximum, the biggest part of the glute muscle. And also make sure that your shoulder blades are pressed away from each other. So you're not hanging on your shoulders, but you're pressing down. All right. Just come over to the side, tilt your hips over to the side, keep your left leg straight. You want to flex your feet here, your foot, and then come all the way up and halfway down. Kick it up, halfway down. And the more you tilt your hips over to the side, the more you will feel it in the standing leg as well. So we are working both sides here. So all the way up, all the way down. You're working on the way up and working on the way down. So slowly and controlled. Okay, I know it's burning right now, but keep that leg lifted. You don't want to place that leg down now. So straighten the leg, point your toes, and keep making a circle, a tiny little circle. One direction. The only thing that's moving is your leg. At this point, you should really feel the burn. All right, make a circle the opposite way. Like you're painting that tiny circle with your toes. Try to keep it as high as your hips. I know this is hard, but you don't want to place your leg down now. We're almost done with this side. Good job. Okay, all the way down. And try to keep the leg lifted. Bring it all the way to the front. Bend the leg and kick the knee back. Bring it all the way to the front. And then kicking the leg back. And as you can see here, I'm singing, I'm dancing. And the reason for that is because it's burning. So when you feel the burn, just listen to the song, dance a little bit, sing a little bit, and you will get through it. And from here, keep the leg bent and kick the knee up and down. Keep it lifted. Don't make it touch the floor. Keep it lifted, lift and lift and lift, and good job. Okay, we're coming into the final part where we are going to focus on the core. So going to an imprinted spine, as we call it in Pilates, and that means that your lower body, your lower spine is pressed down into the floor. And just tap one leg down at a time. And try to keep, if you can, the knees directly over your hips. But most importantly is that imprint. So you don't want to arch your back, you want to press your lower back into the floor. Inhale on the way down, and then exhale, push your belly button towards your spine on the way up. So inhale and exhale on the way up. From here, really press your knees together. So you're going to activate your adductors, your inner thighs. This is going to help you activate the core. And we're going to focus on the oblique. So think armpit to knee, not elbow to knee. So you want your elbows to be away from each other. Exhale again on the way up and inhale on the way down. Keep pressing your knees together. Exhale and inhale. You want to think about rotation, not so much lifting, but more a rotation. And think belly button towards the spine every time you exhale. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Place the legs down and just shake it out a little bit, and then bringing these two exercises into one. So straighten your legs here, and this is called a scissor. We keep working the obliques, the side of the body, and opposite armpit to opposite knee. Again, keep those elbows away from each other. If you want, you can bend your legs here, or you can keep them straight. And keep breathing here. Don't hold your breath, and do this with control, slowly and controlled. Good job. Just give your legs a little hug and go straight over to your stomach. Laying on the stomach, placing your elbows down, press the knees together and place the knees down. Coming into a plank. The only thing you want to do here is that you want to make sure your spine or your tailbone is tucked under. And then coming in, just placing your hips down, just stretching it out a little bit. And then again, coming into that tuck. You want to really tuck the tailbone under. Press your belly button towards the spine. Keep pressing it to the spine. And you want to imagine that you're pulling your elbows towards the knees. You're really pulling like it's a magnet in between the two. Again, placing the knees down, stretching it out. Before you come all the way up again into that tuck. You want to tuck the tailbone under. Again, really pulling the elbows towards the knees, stretching it out one more time. Before we're coming into working in between the shoulder blades. So you're going to straighten the arms forward and then press your shoulder blades towards each other. And then coming into a push-up. And then straighten the arms forward for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Placing the hands down, coming into a push-up, and then all the way down. Again, arms forward. We're going for 3. Press the shoulder blades together for 2. And last one, 1. Placing the hands down, tuck the tailbone under, coming into a plank, push it up, and all the way down slowly and controlled. 3. And 2, and 1, coming into a push-up either on your knees or on your toes, you choose. Good job. And then sit all the way back into a child's pose before coming in to the final exercise, which is a plank position with your elbows down. And you're gonna just tilt your hips from one side to the other. We are working the obliques here, the core. Just press your shoulder blades away from each other and then tilting the hips from one side to the other side. And just keep going here. I know this is hard, but we are almost done. Okay, we go for 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. All right, we're just gonna finish up with a stretching cool down exercise. So just roll all the way up, stretching your arms all the way up, and then come all the way down, walk it out into a plank. And then walking the hands back, and then roll all the way up, lifting the arms up to the sky. And then coming all the way down, walk it out. Try not to tilt your hips here, so your core should be activated, walking them back, and then rolling all the way up. Lifting the arms, breathing, inhale, and then exhale, coming all the way down. And you want to keep breathing here. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale all the way down. This final exercise, it should just feel good. It's a feel-good exercise. And then, good job. Give yourself a little applause before I say thank you. Thank you for joining this class. I hope you have a good day.